Alrighty then. Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Thank you all so much for joining me for another episode of Just a Dude podcast. Sorry, I almost burped there. Now, I did change the camera angle, as y'all noticed. I've been trying to work with a couple of things. A friend of mine made a suggestion, and you know what? I thought it was a really good idea, so I went with it. So today, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. It's not going to be that long of a podcast today because there's not much to go over, but there are a couple of key things I want to talk about today. One of which is one of the games that will be releasing within this particular month, which is Deliver Us Mars. Now, this particular game is... One moment. Now, this particular game is, in fact, a continuation and sequel to Deliver Us Moon. And in that particular game, you played a character who was in a different situation, a post-apocalyptic situation of the world. Well, not post-apocalyptic, but essentially the world is getting to a point where they need a new source of energy, and they're getting it from the moon, but the particular reactor on the moon went dark, and that was the Deliver Us Moon particular segment. Now, Deliver Us Mars takes us to another point past this particular game where the world is now on a precipice of completely falling apart, and they are starting colonies in other parts of the world, such as other parts of the universe, sorry, not the world, such as Mars. Now, in Deliver Us Mars, you play another character named Kathy, who is going to explore why this particular colony went dark on Mars, as well as attempt to retrieve a form of technology known as an ark, which houses flora and fauna from the Earth in the hopes of attempting to save the Earth from everything that's happening to it. Now, let's check out the trailer for this particular game because it does look veritably interesting.
What the hell happened here? This is Kathy. Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home. What do you expect to find on Mars?
I'll see you soon, Moonbear.
Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission so badly?
T-minus 2 minutes to cruise stage separation. Everybody copy?
Copy.
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 Starting burn.
We are in loss of control.
I know I can do this.
How does it come to this? Having good intentions isn't hard, Kathy. The hard part is knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. We have to leave. I will not risk the success of this mission.
How do you stay strong through all of that? How do you stay...
Dad!
good?
Now, honestly, just watching the trailer makes me thoroughly excited because this dramatic, atmospheric puzzle platformer is honestly a very intriguing concept. And Deliver Us Moon in itself really took, I mean, for an indie game, kind of took everything by storm. It got really popular really quickly, and I can see why. I really can. The story that they are delivering to us here is absolutely fantastic and something that I am thoroughly looking forward to. Now, another game that I actually did mention in another episode, not the previous one, but the one before that, where I talked about Dead Space, the remake. Now, I am really excited for this game, so I wanted to talk about it again because it's one of the most anticipated games that are coming out in this particular month. Now, for those of you who have experienced the original Dead Space game, you know what we're in for, and I'm sure you are thoroughly excited for what the remake will look like, adding in the brand new graphics of the next gen to the horrific atmosphere of Dead Space as itself. I cannot wait. I really cannot. And for those of you who have yet to experience it, be ready, because the visuals that are in Dead Space are, well, for lack of a better word, absolutely horrific. So let's check out the trailer for this particular game, and, you know, we'll come back to the next part of our discussion. One moment, please. And I just get chills. I get chills because I cannot wait for that game to come out. I probably won't be able to feature it on stream right away because I do have other plans currently. I'm working. I just recently was able to grab the funds to be able to get my hands on Digimon World Next Order, which is a game that I'm really waiting for, because I have been wanting to play a Digimon World game on stream for the longest of times, and to have the chance to be able to play it again. Well, I'm not again, actually for the first time. I've never been able to play Digimon World Next Order, but it is a re-release, and to be able to have the chance to actually be able to play it, I am thoroughly excited for. You know what? In fact, I know we've already watched it, but I really, really just want to watch the trailer again for this particular game. So let's watch it just so that, I can get it out of my system, and then we'll get to the next segment, because this is, like I said, this is a game that I'm thoroughly excited for. So Digimon World Next Order, and this will be one that will be featured on my stream in the February month once it releases.
Wake up. It's time.
As it drags all Digimon down into chaos, it'll become the cornerstone of a new world.
This world is at a crisis point. It's because of the machine Draymon.
Oh well. I just have to show you all my discovery. Beyond altered form.
What is this? Light of a bond? The bond is transforming into power! We can still fight!
It'll erode this entire world away. Digimon World, Next Order.
Now that is a game that I'm absolutely excited for, because if I remember correctly, it actually does have ties with the Digimon Adventure series. And honestly, when it comes down to it, the entirety of the digital world is all tied together. Toy line, games, TCG, anime, and manga all together are connected by a multiverse, if you didn't know. So, it's just something I absolutely love, and I cannot wait to play that game. Now, the next segment that we're going to be talking about is something that's a little bit more serious, and it's something that anybody who's part of D&D knows about, which is the OGL and the Wizards of the Coast. Oh, what a disappointing debacle that has been, hasn't it? You know, it started off with Wizards of the Coast essentially trying to take over and take reparations from every single company that has created, you know, as third-party creators as a basis from D&D. And the thing about the D&D community and D&D as a game, its progression and evolution is directly correlated with the third-party content created by companies like Paizo, you know, Kobold Press, all of these, even Raven Press, all of them, you know. And for Wizards of the Coast, under the leadership of Hasbro, to essentially toss all that goodwill away and say, hey, money, well, now honestly has not turned out well for them. Now has it? I mean, we've all seen where it's turned. They've lost a lot of money. People are canceling their D&D Beyond subscriptions. There are the third-party companies that are working on creating their own systems. Paizo itself is working on building out some more systems that are also 5e compatible. I believe Kobold Press even said that they're going to be working on their own tabletop as well. There are a lot of things that have cascaded from this particular situation. And I believe Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro are now listening and are in a point on the precipice of starting to understand that the community isn't just their money bag and that they do need to respond to us in turn. But with everything and all the momentum that has been given to us through the response of Wizards of the Coast and OGL about D&D and their apologies and their consistent insistence that it was nothing more than a draft, which my personal belief was they were planning on releasing that without letting anybody know. Either that or this was released intentionally to test the waters to see what was going to happen, and it cascaded in a way that they didn't really expect it to. They thought they could probably control the bad PR, but it didn't really work out for them, now did it? Now, either way, what I urge from the D&D community and from anybody, from the tabletop gaming community, and from all the support that we've garnered from communities outside of the tabletop community, keep pushing, keep fighting. Don't let Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro think that now that we have the face of concession from them, that we are going to simply be quiet and let whatever they want happen next. No. Eyes open. Observe. Keep the pressure on them. Corporations that make billions of dollars don't deserve anything less than that. So I am honestly blown away, one, and thoroughly excited by the response the community has had to this atrocious change to the OGL. And I can't wait to see what happens next, because it is a whole nother ball of fun now, ain't it? Alrighty then. Like I said, this particular episode was going to be a short one, and I have actually reached my mark. I do appreciate everybody who has been here and who has watched this particular episode and has been a supporter of my YouTube content. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, anybody that does come upon this particular Just a Dude podcast, if you did enjoy, please do like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And check out my other content that I'm working on, like my Adventures of McDermott series, my Green Hell Let's Play, and I might be working on another Let's Play project for another game. I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to get to a point where I am, at the very least, consistently uploading 5 days a week on YouTube. So, because I am working on trying to monetize it and everything. Like I said, I do appreciate everybody's support. And if you do want to support on and off stream, there are links down below in the bio. Thank you all so much. Y'all have a wonderful freaking day, all right? Bye-bye.